Hey Caitlin, I don't know if you can hear me well. I'm on my phone right now, but like, bear with me. We just finished one act. It's Monday, the 3rd or something. Yeah, February 3rd, 2025. So I just thought I would show you what I do the day after. It's lots of cleaning. It's my least favorite part, to be honest. I have my duffel bag over here, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many things, but it's fine. So my brushes, recognize this bag. It's the brush bag. I always clean bobby pins. I always clean these brushes after each not performance, because like they were like 3 days in a row type of thing, but like after each play, like after the spring play, after one act, whatever, they'll get cleaned, because like you can see like the blush brush, well, it is supposed to be pink, it's not supposed to be that pink. Anyway, the spoolies, if these are used, I just throw them away, or if they're broken. But anyway, so I have to separate out these brushes from the rest of the bag, so I'm gonna do that. And even if we don't use the brushes, like we didn't use the eyeshadow brushes or whatever, I will still clean them. Just because they were in the bag with the other brushes, and they're touching germs. So what I use to clean them is this thing. It's this pad thingy. I honestly probably got it from Five Below, but it's got little things, these ones. It's got the brand, the big ones, and the big ones, it's about that deep. It's got suctions on the back, so it can, oh my gosh, you can stick to my hand, so it can stick to the counter. And I just you're supposed to use a clarifying shampoo. So what I use is this giant bottle of clear tea tree shampoo, and I'll show you my process of cleaning them. So we've made it to the sink. I'll show it to you if you can even see it. There's a sink. Wow. So what we do, we make sure the sink's clean first of all. There's no paint. There is paint, so I cleaned it out. And then we take this, just stick it onto one of the sides of the sink, and then we use warm water. Don't use like hot water, because it's just like if you soak your paintbrushes in, oh my gosh, Enola, it's just like if you soak your paintbrushes in water for too long, this part will like unscrew and come off. So don't like soak them for too long, basically. So yeah, warm water. And then this is the shampoo I'm using. You can also use a dandruff shampoo, like Head and Shoulders or whatever. I wouldn't use a flavored one, but I would use a regular one, like unscented and whatever, because it helps clarify it better. So I'm gonna fill up my sink. While we're letting the sink fill up, you can say hi to Enola. She doesn't like me being here. And you're gonna basically just want to fill up the sink until the pad thingy is covered. My sink likes to lose water, so it kind of has to continuously run. And you're just gonna drop like a squirt, like 2 squirts to be fine. I mean, you can also apply it straight on like a brush, which is what I do if my sink is not filling up. Like today, it doesn't want to fill up. And then you're gonna take your brush, and you're gonna put it on the pad, and you're gonna clean it like this. There's another way you can do it, where you take your brush and you put your soap straight on it. So like, we're gonna boop. Yeah, so she's got her soap on it, and then you just whoosh it all around the pad, like without the water, right? So like, this way you do have to reapply the soap sometimes. I would only reapply it once, maybe twice, because you don't want to like dry the bristles out too much or anything. There may be a better way to do this. This is just how I've been doing it. Do not use your sponges on this thing because it will rip a hole in them. I learned that the hard way. With your sponges, I'll show you how to clean them, but I usually just throw them out. But yeah, once your brush is looking like that, I just rinse it out. So it's dropping. And then you just squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. You might want to test it on a paper towel, especially if it's one of the more dirty ones like foundation or blush. I guess we use sponges for foundation, but you know what I mean. Like whoosh it around. If it's a flat brush, just flat do it, but if it's a fluffy, you can whoosh it. And then I just put it on a towel to dry while I'm cleaning the rest of them, and then I'll like manually dry them. We basically just do that for the rest of the brushes until all of them have been thoroughly washed. So we can do that now. Now that we have our sack of brushes, don't forget to rinse off your actual cleaning pad thing too. But anyway, I rinsed it off. You can wash it off too, but it was using soap, so it doesn't really need to be washed off. Also, sorry if you heard cartoons in the background. We have them running for Enola. But anyway, I'm just wiping off this thingy with a towel because it lives in a basket. Oh my goodness, I'm out of breath. With the littler brushes like these guys, I don't know how to, yeah, this one's a fine line brush for angled eyeliner. Goodness gracious, don't use like this part or this part because it's too rough for it. It'll like hurt the bristles or whatever. Use this one for majority of it. It helps get the best out, honestly. If you're using a fluffy brush, you can use this one to get really deep in the brush, but you can use these two for the little ones. They work the best. Now for cleaning or drying, whatever, we take our towel. It is a towel. It's a hand towel technically. Anyway, doesn't matter what you use as long as it's clean. Anyway, we take it, we just basically like a paintbrush, and since it's fluffy, I just squeeze it. We squeeze it, and then we do this because it's fluffy, you know, and we're getting its fluff back. It will not be completely dry. It takes like a day to dry because like it takes like a day. It takes like a day to dry because like I don't know, it just does. Anyway, so that's basically what you're gonna do for all of the brushes. We're just gonna do that, and then you're gonna go along with what it looks like basically. This one's kind of angled, so it'll go flat, 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 and then we go like that since it's kind of a fluffy flat, you know? And it gets its shape back. On the littler ones, like the fine line, obviously squeeze them through, and you're just gonna, you know, that's all. For the little ones, we don't actually use the eyeshadow ones because we have the little things, but if we run out of them, we use them, and they touch other things, so I like to wash them anyway. Go this way, and then so yeah. Also, don't worry if you don't have like a big sink to wash them at. I just have one downstairs in the kitchenette, but you can do it in your bathroom sink if you want to. Just make sure you have like an area to keep your brushes that isn't like the floor or the side of the counter where they're gonna get really wet. Like maybe bring a bag in there or a towel to lay them on or something, you know. When I'm in a pinch, or just wash them like a handful, like my personal ones still need to be washed, but when I'm washing those, I'll just do them in the bathroom sink, and bring 2 towels, one to put them on when they're dirty and one to put them on when they're clean, and I'll just leave them there on the towel overnight after doing this so that they can dry without drying in my room, I guess. It will smell. These brushes will smell like the shampoo you choose, so choose wisely. They smell like tea tree right now, so that's nice. I mean, I smell like tea tree, I'm sure, so, you know, it works. Also, make sure to move around on the spot you're drying them off, because one section, if you do them in one section, it'll eventually not dry them. Now they're all dry, or dry enough, and then I will just lay them out on a towel because they're obviously not going to be dry. It's just mainly to get the water out from like this part so they won't break. Anyway, as you can see, I have several different brands of brushes to do. Some of them are from Ipsy, some of them are from Five Below, some of them are from Ulta. It does not matter what brand you choose, you will learn to like one more than the rest. My favorite is EcoTools. It's these ones, the pale ones. They're like, I don't know, they just work the best. These are also EcoTools, but I have several of these in this one, and these will be the ones we use the most when I'm here. I got these ones for Christmas, so they're fun, but they're mostly the smaller ones and then the contour ones. This is a blush brush that I needed because we ran out of them somehow. So that's from Five Below. And then we got these white ones from e.l.f. from Ipsy. So I actually have several of these ones. Got like 2, 3 of 3. They're different sizes. I see these ones are matching, but this one's not. Anyway, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you have like your basic. You need one for blush, you need one for highlighter, you should keep one for eyeshadow, you should keep a fine line. This is what I use for wrinkles. Lip liner. I have one for lip liner. We used it for Antigone. Contour. You need some for contour. There are a few different ones you can get for contour. I actually have a little one that I like to use for contour. But for the play, we usually honestly run out of time during one act for contour, so I kind of forgot, but we use these ones. They're for bronzer, but they work just fine for contour. They're They look like that. They're e.l.f. They say bronzer on them. Yeah, that won't focus. This one is an angle blender, which you can also use. It's wet, so it, you know, doesn't look great. Anyway, and then this one, you can full blush, but this one's also for blush. I don't like using this one for blush because it's kind of angled. It's not a full circle. I prefer full circle, so you can really get that circle. This is, I mean, it's fine, of course. We use it, but you can go like that. I mean, obviously like this, but you know. I just like it better for contour because you can kind of squeeze it and really angle it down there to do it, and for your nose and junk too. But yeah, I'm gonna show you the sponges now. All right, so in the case we have my Valentine's Day sponges because they were cute and I wanted them. So we have reds, pinks, and light pink. Light pink. It doesn't matter what brand of sponge you do. If you get the holiday ones, you do have to be wary, especially the Christmas ones, like $1 packs, you know. If you wet them, the color will bleed. So you need to make sure, you need to wash your sponges before you use them to make sure that when they get foundation on them, they won't turn your person blue. I kind of may have done that to myself once, so that was fun. But anyway, I need some new sponges obviously for spring play next week, so I'll go out maybe this weekend or so to get some more sponges. But right now I need to show you how to wash them, because you can wash them. You can, it's just they get stained. Obviously it's not like they're dirty. They just are covered in foundation, and we use them for so many different people that, like, yes, you can wash them, but it's much more sanitary to throw them away because they've touched so many people's different faces. Oh my goodness. And they're just dirty, you know, because, like, especially if you get the limited edition ones, the cheap ones, they will not clean very well. But I will show you. Don't do them on this again because they will rip, especially if you do it up here. Man, it's glaring on the camera. Anyway, so let me take you to the bathroom actually to show you how to wash a sponge. Wonderful, we're in here. We have our sponge. It's dirty. We get the soap, the same soap as last time. We have a nice dollop on it. Bam. And now we're gonna kind of just, you know, make sure to get, all of it. It's always really gross. Okay, see, now it's fully, Now we're gonna go to our water. We're gonna squeeze. I'm gonna squeeze. And you're just gonna repeat until you squeeze clear. It's now squeezing clear. So we're gonna take a towel. We're gonna wrap it up like a burrito, and you're gonna squish it from different angles. Now you can rub it against the stainless steel sink to get more of the color off, because the color does not come off no matter what, and that's fine. That's normal. I mean, your sponges do that too. It's just a thing. I feel like it's much larger. What? Wait, which color is this? It just enlarged. Girl, it soaked up so much water. That's so fun. It's so very soft compared to this one now. It'll shrink back down. But anyway, because the color will not come off, it's foundation, it looks sturdy. So when you apply that to people's faces, there is still that germ foundation like residue in there. So first of all, you wouldn't want this on your face because ew. And second of all, it's been on so many other people's faces that I just took them. So you're gonna take your limited edition holiday sponges, say goodbye to them, and throw them away. Now on to cleaning everything else. I have baby wipes from the play, and then I have makeup wipes, obviously. These are left over, so I have to clean my case and all of the makeup products so they can be clean and not make anyone skin break out or allergic reactions or whatever. Anyway, so I have my case here. We've seen it many times. It's this one. Well, anyway, we open it up. And we grab things out of it to clean. I have this rag too. It's a makeup removing rag basically. She also doesn't get completely clean, but anyway, it is the brand Ulta Beauty. It's Ulta brand. I've got a pink one too. I think it's like Target brand or whatever. Just get a basic one. It's basically like a really fluffy microfiber towel thing. Anyway. So we're gonna take everything out. And as you have seen, it is now empty. And now it is dirty. So what I do is I take some baby wipes and I just wipe down the whole thing because it is shiny. But there's foundation and junk in it, so I just wipe down the whole thing, outside and inside, so it can be clean for everything to be put back in. So we can grab some wipes and start to do that. Wonderful. Now that she's all clean, we can move on to cleaning the actual products. So I just put them in a pile right now. I'll put them in a pile of dirty and clean. Oh my goodness, my stuffed animals. So let's start with this thing. So this is eyeshadow, right? And you need to make sure as you go through your products, is it still usable? Is it expired? What is the life of this? You know, those type of things. You need to clean the outside, clean the inside. Cleaning with makeup wipes is what I usually do. Clean the outside with baby wipes, clean the inside with makeup wipes. You know, yeah. So we're gonna wipe it off with a baby wipe, unless there's makeup on it. If there's makeup on it, obviously use a makeup wipe and then wipe it off, which is what this is for, so it doesn't hurt the makeup. So you go inside. It's a mirror. That's so exciting. We wipe it off gently. You can get Windex if you want. I don't want to go upstairs to get any, so we're not gonna do that. And then you open up your makeup wipe, and then you're gonna go around your palette, make a little finger, make a little ghosty finger, and we're gonna basically just go around. Careful, do not touch the makeup because it'll ruin it, obviously. And you're gonna go around, make your little finger, and just go around the little edges, make sure there's no spills. Ay, ay, ay. Wonderful. Very good. Clean. Oh my gosh, you can literally see the reflection. Anyway, and we can move this to the clean pile. And then we move on to, what is this? Setting spray. Honestly, I usually get setting spray from Ipsy, which is why they're all very different. I do need to buy more because they are small, but this one actually has not really been opened, but I'm still gonna wipe it off. Foundation. So, for the shade, for everything, I always use, let me find it. Yeah. CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk in the shade Fair. This is the back, this is the front, this is what it looks like. I did have to order it because I didn't have it in Ulta last time, but I literally have this many because there's 3 of us. Well, I think there was 4 of us. I don't know how many there were. Anyway, so with this, clean the outside because we did have a spill this time. So clean the outside with your makeup wipe. Now that they're all clean, we go through and we make sure that they're still full. So you're gonna make sure you let them out, like tap them on the ground basically, and just squeeze them. If you don't have to squeeze that far, they're still fine. And I mean, I only have 1 plate left at this school, so if they're like quarter the way full, I won't buy more because like I don't want to have to throw it away after this plate, you know. I did buy some more at the beginning of last year's spring. Yeah, spring, because of this year. Oh, this one's light. If they're light, if they're empty, throw it away. You don't need to be sifting through a day of, you know. I think this, yeah. Oh, this one's new. That's so fun. It's also easier to sort through when they're kind of new. Oh, she squirtled. Just wipe it on the baby wipe. Anyway, that one's full. And this one. Wonderful. So yeah, those are all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 are in the shade Fair. And then I do have, oh my gosh, there's more Fair. 7. There's 7 Fairs. That's actually insane. Okay. Give me another baby wipe. And we'll check them. Wonderful. Now that those 2 are done, I do actually have a darker shade, which is funny because it's in the shade Light. Same brand, same everything. It's just in the shade Light, which is like more of an orangish, yellowish undertone, basically. Everyone is the same exact shade that they have been since like when did I start? My 9th, 10th grade year when I bought a whole bunch of foundation. So we don't actually have to use this, but if there's someone darker, use the light one. And then if there's someone lighter, or if you need to make someone a ghost, Porcelain, which is why I keep it on hand, because you never know. Or if you run out of foundation, which you shouldn't, you should be stocked. But if you do run out, make sure you have some backup colors that you never touch, like Porcelain and Fair, or Porcelain and Light, so that you can, when in doubt, you can mix them together. Mix this one with a lot of bronzer and a lot of contour. Mix this one with a lot of concealer, a lot of highlighter, a lot of white eyeshadow type, not white, tan, but you know. And then, okay, this actually came in useful this year. This actually came in use this year. We have primer, which I also got from Ipsy. So this is what this looks like. It's the brand Siet, whatever. You can't even, oh, there you go. Everyday Vacay Hydrating and Soothing Primer. I have 2 tubes. And we're cleaning them with the makeup wipes, because why not? They're just basically a lotion type of thing to prep your skin before the foundation goes on. Which, if anyone is allergic to foundation, if anyone's sensitive to foundation, I would use this. If they're allergic, you need to find a different thing for them to use, like a concealer, or, I mean, there are some substitutes out there that you just have to do some research. Ask them if they have their own first of all. Which, if you have anyone with a different skin color, like a darker one, you need to ask them if they have their own foundation that they would prefer. If not, and don't be like, you need to buy your own type of thing. Be like, if they're, do you have one you would prefer to use, or a shade that you would prefer to use, a brand, you know, something you're comfortable with. They'll make it seem weird though. We just literally only have one skin tone, so just go out and buy another one. I mean, CoverGirl has some, literally everywhere has some, but I found CoverGirl has the least amount of allergies. Back to the primer. We had someone use one this year because their skin was really, really dry because of a medicine they were taking, like an antibiotic or whatever. So if that's happening, use the primer beforehand, because the foundation will peel off if you have dry skin, and that's not good. So you use the primer first, let it sit for like a half a second, and then continue with the foundation over the primer. It also helps me. I have my own primer, obviously. It's like e.l.f. brand, I think. It's not the best, but it works just fine, because my skin gets super sensitive with foundations and stuff. So I'll put on the primer before the foundation, and I use Tarte brand foundation, which is my favorite, but it was like so expensive, so don't even think, don't do it. But if you want to buy it for yourself, I recommend. I don't know what my shade is. My shade's actually not my shade. It's like my winter, summer. What is it too pale, or it's too pale for me, because I actually went tanning this summer. I went to the pool. What am I saying? It's actually too light for me, because I am a little tanner than it's my winter shade. I have a summer shade, but it's too dark. We're at that in between months here where we just have to suffer. So what I do for it being too light is I just bronze a lot. I hate bronzer, but I used it. Now I'm cleaning an eyeshadow palette. I forgot to tell you. This one was actually my favorite eyeshadow palette ever. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll use it for the play. But they don't make it anymore, so I can't get it for myself. So I just got the ColourPop one for myself, and ColourPop is really good. I love that brand so much. It like doesn't come off or anything. So, and it's colorful. I mean, they have a brown palette. This is Ulta brand brown palette, but use ColourPop. That's what I was trying to say. This is a Spectrum. I literally don't know. I can't read the Profusion Cosmetics. It's kind of blurred off. You can't even read it up here anymore. But anyway, this is the colorful one I use for colorful eyeshadow. It's not the best. It's like a kid palette, I think. But hey, I've only got one more play. I ain't replacing this. Just wiping it off with the baby powder. This is what we use for some of the... Anytime we need a color, basically, I use this one. Because sometimes I'll bring my personal eyeshadow. Like I have a Disney palette, or a planet themed palette, or whatever it is. But I honestly don't like sharing my stuff. You know, obviously I'll sanitize them, and you can spray them with some like alcohol stuff. You just have to do some research about what's safe for what, because if it's like a water thing, what's safe for what, you know. Blush. The blush I use, this is actually my favorite blush. Okay, it's NYX Sweet Cheeks in Daydream. Obviously we're running out, but oh well. It's really nice because it's a powder, first of all. I would not recommend liquids for plays, especially if you're in a rush, because you always have to be so mindful of the amount you're putting on each person. Like, you can't just put a big glob, or sometimes you put like a big glob and it's still not enough, but sometimes you put like the tiniest dot and it's way too much, you know? So with powder, it's safer to just brush on and off really quick. And you can go through multiple people fast. Also, if you're using liquids like foundation, first of all, make sure do not touch this to a person's face, because their person's like blech, gets on the tip. So you need to make sure you put this on the sponge or this on the brush. Don't like put it straight to your face. Never. You can do it with your own products, obviously, if they're only touching you, but don't share them like that. This is my fun highlighter. We have gold and rose gold. It's NYX Professional Makeup Born to Glow Icy Highlighter in Rock Candy and Golden Cuffs. That's fancy. I like this one. This one's good. It's nice for if you want some pizzazz. Like if you're doing a rose gold is actually really good for everyday type of thing, but gold, if you're doing like if you need an accent on something, I don't know, or if you just want to do it for fun, use a light amount, you know, because it is very bright. That's fun. NYX is a good brand too. More setting sprays. My setting sprays are actually running really low. This is Imbio. I don't know. I got it from Ipsy. I have 2 of them. They smell really cologne-y, so they're not my favorite, but I have them. Then we have e.l.f. This is a bronzer palette in the shade, I don't know. It's the light one, I think. It's this one. There you go. We use this mainly for period pieces, because when did we use this? We used this for the play Murder in the Air, which we did last year for spring play. I am not a fan of bronzer. Like I said, it's just not my favorite. I don't know why. I prefer contour. I mean, okay, the difference between bronzer and contour is that bronzer is made to add some color to your face, basically, where contour is to sculpt your face. Because like with contour, you'll put it here on your jaw and on your nose. Sometimes you'll put it on your forehead, but not really, and that makes your jawline pop, basically. With bronzer, you're gonna brush it on like your forehead. You can brush it on here, and you can brush it on your nose, not the tip. Don't do that. Like the sides, you know, these sides. Goodness, glasses. Anyway, that will add some color to your foundation, or your face, you know, which is good if you're doing a period piece. Like in the 2000s, bronzer was like, which I hated it. Anyway, this is a fun blush. It's really dark and you have to be really careful. I can't pronounce it that. Rosa blush. I don't know what shade, so. But this is what it looks like in comparison to that one. This one's actually a lot darker. It's a lot redder, I think. So you have to be careful with this one. So I usually don't use it unless I'm like literally in a pinch and really need someone to be dark, in 2 swipes. This is a tiny black eyeshadow. Oh goodness, I almost dropped it. L'Oreal Paris in the shade Noir. I don't take Spanish. It's black in Spanish. Anyway, it was used a lot for the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, for people's noses and mouths. It can be used with the fine line brush to make eyeliner, wings, waterline. I wouldn't put it on your waterline because, you know, it'll get really dusty in your eye. You can. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but like, it's uncomfy. This is my favorite highlighter, actually. Ipsy, again. Luna Magic. It's in the shade Tulum, Tulum. Anyway, it's really nice. It's like a skin colored one-ish. It's like my skin color. Maybe a couple shades darker. Anyway, it's like a sandy colored one, you know. It's really nice. It works really well for basic highlighter. If you just need a little sparkle, you know, it helps the stage lights reflect off your face, you know. So blush gives you some color. The foundation basically is a base for blending. If you need to skip any makeup step, skip that one. It'll just, you know, it's just harder to blend. Contour sculpts your face. Lipstick makes it look like you have lips. Eyeliner, mascara, and eyeshadow all make you look like you have eyes. You can do, I don't like to do contour, especially during one act, because we never have time, but it's best to do that for the boys, or if anyone is supposed to look sick, you can do like a full thing. Anyway, speaking of contour, this is what I use. It's a NYX stick. I use one on myself too when I have one. It's a dual-ended face stick thing. This is a contour. I don't know what shade. Brown. And then here's highlighter. There's a shade like light, medium, and dark. I would always get the light one. If you have darker skin tones, or if it's like a summer production, get the medium one. But never get the dark one. It's like a black contour, and obviously we can't use that. It won't blend out. Brow pencils. So for eyebrows for blonde people, we use eyebrow pencils. It's a tiny thing. I don't like this one, but I'll tell you what it is because it's what we use. NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil in Chocolate. We have another one in Espresso, but I have no idea where it went. Anyway, it's tiny. It's double-ended, so one end is a brush and one end is the tiny thing. It's, you know, you fill in your brow. My nose is super itchy, bro. You fill in your brow, and then you can brush it, fill it, brush it, or just fill it, brush it, fill it. It doesn't matter what you do. I usually like to brush it up, fill it out, and then brush it up to blend it, basically. So yeah. Then we have another highlighter. This one's fun. I can never tell what it is because it's this stupid black cover. It's called Phase Zero Rose Gold Powder Highlighter. Again, do the powder. So it's good. It's basically the sand color, but pinker. It's fine. Next we have brow gel. I actually have two. I have this. Well, I have multiple. Next, onto brow gel. We have Brow Boss Brow Styling Wax, which is fun. For this one, you use like a spoolie thing, like one of the pink spoolie things, and like this one's the brow end. Technically, this one's the mascara end. But anyway, and then you boop boop boop. This one's kind of movable, so if you need them like straight up or something, I don't know. It's not my favorite, but it works. We don't actually use this one. I also wouldn't use this one on multiple people because you have to dip in the pot each time. Every year, I have to buy a new one of these because it gets murky because the foundation. This side is fine, but I don't use it, so I just throw it away. This is the e.l.f. Clear Brow and Lash Mascara. So this is lash, obviously, since we didn't use it, and this is brow. So the lash is a little tapered at the end, and this one's just straight. It's like a tube. I'll open it this side. This is a tube, and you obviously reach in and out for multiple people, so I throw it away. You can keep it. You can clean the brush. You just won't clean the gel. So you can use both sides, though. Maybe if you're doing multiple performances, like a Friday night, use one side. Saturday night, use the other side. It's fine. My other one, we use this one a lot, actually. Wing Me Clear Brow Gel. It's this tiny thing. It's actually not dirty. It's not clear. So that works. It's this for brow gel. If you wanted to clean the thing, wipe it off with a baby wipe. And like paper towel it. Don't use paper towel, use like this thing to dry it off, and then it's clean. Next we have eyeliner. I hate using eyeliner. Is this eyeliner? Yeah, I hate using eyeliner. First of all, if you're doing it on the boys, they will revolt so hard, and you've already lost 5 minutes of your time because you have to go right there and then on the waterline, which they will like bite you with their eyeballs. So I would just recommend not doing it. Some people really like it, and if someone wants to do it, you can let them. You don't have to let them. You can say no. I usually say no because I like everyone's to match, unless they're supposed to be emo, whatever. Then we do that. But otherwise, if you want the illusion of eyeliner, I don't use black. I use dark brown. So you're gonna take the dark brown and you're gonna take the fine line and you're gonna do a wing on the top and a wing on the bottom, and you connect them. It doesn't have to be neat and it doesn't have to be long. It's just enough to make that, basically, on both sides. Just a little wing, just a little bit. to make them look like they're wearing eyeliner, right? Because you really won't notice it, especially if you have mascara and eyeshadow, or even one or the other. You don't need it. And I hate using it because it takes ages. Lip liner. I use, this one's Maybelline. I don't like Maybelline, but like, it's what I have. It's pink. It's in the shade Palest Pink. We didn't use the lip liner this time because we didn't need it. To be honest, you only need it if you're going for a specific shape, or if a lipstick is runny, or if it's red. I like to use a pink lip liner, so you just trace the outside of it and then blend it and then put the lipstick on and blend it. Yeah, you know. What is this? More setting spray. This setting spray is Yoli, what? Ditto? I don't know. It's from Ipsy too. I actually like this one. This is what it looks like on the front. This is what it looks like on the back. So it's good. It's not bad. I mean, I don't actually know what I use. I think it's e.l.f. I think it's e.l.f. Use whatever you want though. For lipsticks, my favorite has been these crayon lipsticks by Neutrogena. Because they go on so smooth. This one, the dark red one, is, they also smell super sweet, which is nice. I don't know what shade it is. So, there it is. Yeah, but anyway, it's this color. Then we have a dark one, which is this color. This one is flat because I mainly use it for blushes. You can stick it on if you want. You don't have to. Then we have the pale one. Oh, I found the shades. And this is in the shade Pink Nude. This dark one is in the shade Wine Berry. And the middle one is in the shade Classic Red. So, they're really nice. They don't come off. I mean, they're definitely not long lasting anything, but they won't come off. For boys, I have a nude crayon stick because they need something. Lipstick is mainly to keep you moisturized. Like, if it's colorful, yes, it's to add some color, but if it's this color or this color, it's mainly to add some moisture to your lips that are now dry from all the foundation and junk being put on around them. This is ColourPop, just a tint, in the shade Gimme S'more. So, next, a little eyeshadow. I like this one a lot. It's very nice. It looks it had mermaid scales on it. Now it's not. It's ColourPop brand. It's the pink out case thingy. It's in the shade Mint For You. It's really nice. This one is sparkly, and it's my favorite. I actually have my own personal one too, because I love it so much. It won't come off, which is really nice. This is Lipstick Queen lipstick. You can use whatever lipstick you want. I just have a collection over time from buying random ones. There's a Lipstick Queen in the shade Frog Prince. It is green, and you put it on, and it's pink. You can't really clean these. I mean, sure, you can cut off the thing, but I don't. If you want to, go for it. But I don't. Mascara is now. Never mind. One more lipstick. We have Ulta Beauty brand Velvet Matte Lip Crayon in the shade Fire. This one's hard because it smears like crazy, but it's very, very bright. You just have to tell the people, don't mush your lips together, you know. And we have this one. This one is also the same. It is insanely bright, but you can't mush them around. Maybelline, New York. Ultimate. Color Sensational. Next on to the mascaras. NYX Professional Makeup Worth the Hype Black. It is this one. It's one of those tapered ones. It doesn't matter what you use. You'll learn which one you like. I actually like the ones without the bristles. I like the ones that are just I mean, they have bristles, but they're like itty bitty. Revlon. This one's fine. So Fierce in the shade Blackest Black. it looks like this. This is a nice one because it's got short bristles and it's clean. When they come out clumpy, I would not, especially on other people, because it will get in their eye. But anyway, this one, Blackest Black, is really good. This one is a tube. Actually, it's a travel tube. It's the brand Mile High Club Wonder Beauty in the shade Jet Black. This one, it's okay. This one's kind of clumpy. You can see it's not the best, but it's a travel, so whatever. This one, Fan Fest in the shade. I don't know, it's probably black. Anyway, looks like this. This one's okay, but I don't like how it clumps on the end here. This one, Lash Paradise L'Oreal. I think this may be the brown one, to be honest. Black brown, yeah. So this one's actually the brown one. It's very clumpy, so maybe just scrape it all around before you do it. But anyway, if you've got blonde people, you might want to invest in a brown, not black, and not blonde, because if you do blonde, you're not going to see it, but if you do black, it's going to look super duper weird. So make sure you clean all that. If you want to clean your mascara brush, you can, but like, you should be replacing your mascara brushes every year. Mascara brushes, what am I saying? Mascara. What you can do is take your spoolies and dip it in the tube, put it on a person, and then throw this one away, right? That way, you don't have to replace your mascara every year. I replace mine every year, so like you'll do one act, you'll do spring, and then you'll replace them for the next one, right? And you should buy about 3. You should buy 2 blacks and a brown, pretty much. You should have multiple of everything. Like 2 blushes, 2 highlighters, a couple eyeshadow palettes. You'll obviously need a neutral contour stick. I only have 1 contour stick because, like, you don't really need more than 1. That's also what I use for wrinkles, is a contour stick. If you find something else, that's great, but I always like to have something a little liquidy because the powder will just blend in, so you really need something that'll stand out. Don't do black though, do brown, like a medium to dark brown depending on their skin tone. If they're paler, use a lighter one than if they're darker. So now we're gonna put everything back, and as you notice, there is a blank spot where I keep my sponges, and I'll go out this weekend to grab some. We also use those little spoolies. I like to use them for mascara sometimes, for eyebrow gel, for anything you need them for. You can also use these guys. Here's a dirty one, it's green. These guys for eyeshadow, which I like to use because you're not supposed to reuse things on other people's eyes, like mascara wands, eyeshadow brushes. If you're in a pinch, obviously use a brush, but I get those things at Target World, depending on where they're in stock. So, and also for like curling irons, hair clips, anything like that, just disinfect them. Basically, there's mats and bags and things that I will wash, but basically use baby wipes. You can use Clorox wipes on some things, but like obviously look at it first. Yeah, just make sure your stuff is sanitized before each play. Basically, clean. I would have it done before, like, as soon as they announce auditions. Make sure you go ahead and clean all your junk. And as soon as the next play is over, like as soon as spring ends, clean your stuff. Throw away your stuff at least. And make sure you have a spot where they won't be dirty or dusty. And make sure you get a case for all your stuff. And I put my stuff in a duffel bag because it's easiest. I know Faith didn't really have a lot of stuff, so she just had a simple case. I have a lot of stuff, I have a case and a bag and a duffel. Do what you're comfortable with. If you want to invest in a case, I would recommend it, of course. It just depends, do whatever case you want. You can get a rolly thing if you want, but if you just realize you just need a bag, just use a bag. You don't have to bring this giant bag of stuff every day. It's a pain. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned something. I know I rambled a lot, but yeah, have a great day.